So let's talk about how Ranta as a character has changed in Grimgar. Ranta at the very beginning of Grimgar was not open with his friends, and he was not open with himself. Throughout the story, there's multiple times where Ranta's actions do not match how he feels. For example, in Volume 8, Ranta had to betray his team to keep himself and Mary alive. Ranta knew logically this was the best way to go about doing this because it would actually save them both. However, internally, he didn't understand why his feelings were all conflicted and odd. He even refused to summon his demon because his demon would have actually spilled out his internal feelings to everyone around him. In Volume 8, there's also a moment with Ranta and Mary where Ranta kept trying to get her to betray Haru and his party. Mary, out of respect for their party, refused this on every level. As someone who is more focused on survival, Ranta found this unbearably annoying that she's willing to put respect for her party over her own life. In some ways, he was also jealous of Haru for Mary having this respect for him. But at the same time, whenever a bandit walked by Mary, Ranta had a ginormous amount of fear flood into his heart, letting us know that he does have a level of care for other people. This all came to a head in Volume 11, where Ranta finally opened up to himself internally and realized that he misses his friends and he cares about them, and all he wants to do is get back to them. Specifically, Yume. In the bonus volume, Volume 14+, we get to follow Ranta on his little solo adventure. In this volume, Ranta actually meets a half-orc slave child, and admittedly, without meaning to, he actually helped the kid escape from being a slave. Unfortunately, the kid did have wounds, and Ranta couldn't help him, and the kid did eventually die. Ranta actually buried the kid along with the money he had from killing his owners, and he realized that burying money is probably a stupid idea, but he does it in a way to honor the kid's death. When it comes to surviving, he's very logical and he doesn't really hesitate. However, this is one of those moments where he felt like he had to do something, even if it was a detriment to himself, because he could have used that money for food. This was actually one of the first moments where you realize that Ranta finally is understanding that he does care about other people outside of himself, and he's willing to make sacrifices for those people, even if it doesn't necessarily logically make sense to him. And finally, in Volume 16, Ranta actually pushes Haru into going to go save Shihiro, even if it endangers the rest of the party. Haru, being Haru, was actually not sure if he wanted to endanger everyone at once because it could get them all killed, but Ranta insisted if he wanted to save someone that was in danger from the party, they needed to go now. And Ranta, in his own way, helped Haru realize this. Ranta still has his annoying side of talking bad about people here and there, but he's a lot softer now, and he's a lot more focused on helping people through their shit because it helps their entire team, and Ranta understands this now. The last bit of information that proves that Ranta has changed as a person is actually a big spoiler for Volume 17, so fair warning. At the end of Volume 17, Ranta admits to Haru, of all people, that he is in love with Yume and he wants to help and protect her. This is a very big contrast to Ranta from when he was in Volume 3, where he wouldn't admit to Harihiro or Moguzu that he cared about any of the girls. Ranta has matured quite a lot throughout the volume, and he's probably got some of the best character development out of everyone in the party.